Roblox is supposed to be a place for fun, a place for games, for friends, for creativity, but sometimes
something dark
steps through the cracks, something that shouldn't be there. Today, we're diving into one of the most
disturbing
Roblox myths of all time, the legend of Annie. I've talked about this in a previous video, but only shortly, and only showed a short TikTok. For the first time ever, I'll go into the game she created, but first, some background. The story begins in December, when an average Roblox developer was working on their game, but out of nowhere, they got a message. A message from Annie. Hi, username. I saw your place, and I think you are very good at building. I think we should be friends. We can hang out in my place. It will become famous. Thanks for the compliments. But who is this? Are you one of Delora's little friends? I do not know Delora, sorry, but please come to my place. This looks completely harmless. And judging from the English, it seems like a very young girl typing to a random on Roblox, just having fun. Seems harmless, but here's the thing. Their chat was set to friends only, so Annie shouldn't even be able to text this developer. Annie wasn't a friend, wasn't even a follower, they'd never met before. It seems they had no connection at all. Annie then messaged the developer repeatedly, begging for her to come to her place and keep her company. So in the end, the developer joined. The first thing the developer sees is the pink starter house. It's bright pink. There's flowers, cats, dogs. Very kid-like. But then, 4N1, or Annie, appears. She doesn't move. She just stares. But then the chat pops up. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, you joined! A bit excessively excited over someone simply joining a game. After a few minutes of small talk, her tone changes. The smileys disappear. And then the questions start. Do you ever want to touch the rusty nails? Have you ever eaten raw dog? Where do you live? The developer did not answer these weird questions and asked Annie to stop asking. Obviously, they made her uncomfortable, but Annie didn't stop. She just kept asking. At this point, the developer had had enough and left the game. They blocked Annie and didn't hear from her again. At least, she wasn't supposed to hear from her again. Only 2 days later, she sent the developer angry and upset messages with the disturbing questions from before. She wanted her to come back in the game because she had cheated by not answering the questions, like it was some kind of game. Annie tried everything, from guilt-tripping to insulting the developer, and even to serious claims of how she only had so many days left to live. She continued to ignore it, muting her browser and playing a different game. The developer joined a death run game to pass the time, but was instead redirected to Annie's place. Instead of joining the lovely island lobby of Death Run, she was in the well too familiar, ugly pink cabin. Annie wasn't happy to see her, despite getting her away. Annie asked the developer why she hated her, why the developer kept leaving. The developer politely asked her to calm down. She did, but continued to stay somber and quiet. But somehow the developer was dragged into playing a game with Annie again. Annie's avatar had changed appearance again. There was a streak of red across her face, and the dogs in her yard had disappeared. This time, Annie didn't yell or ask anything. She chatted about things she liked, without her usual pep. After a while, Annie suddenly said this. It's hot in here. She left the game immediately after. Her pink house set ablaze and the sky grew dark. The developer was dazed and confused, but she got curious and went inside the burning house. Inside, there was a dark burning figure with a grotesque smile. The developer was startled and logged off Roblox. She stayed off Roblox for a few weeks, and then when she came back, she was relieved to never see Annie again. And that's the end of the story. I will now try to join the game that this story took place in. Okay guys, To find the Annie game, you've gotta search for 4NN1. But don't search in experiences. You will find a bunch of impersonators. You gotta search for it and then go to the profile of 4NN1. Her join date is the 12th month, 15th, 2016. And then you gotta go to her place from her account. Her bio says thanks for playing. That's a bit scary. Annie's place. Burning. Just like in the story. You remember, guys? She burned down her house with her mother. And her dad, of course. But he got eaten. Wow. That's the girl. And there's 2 babies on the floor. What's up with that? That's a bit strange. And a bunch of dogs. Is this the right game? This is the right game. Saki. Muffy. That's pretty cool. She had little animals in her game to make her happy when her parents were fighting. That's incredible. But it seems there's no burning going on in this house. It might be because she's at peace now. And the burning only happened before she went into the kitchen. But it is the same pink house as in the legend. That's incredible. Wow, Vanillabeans. I really feel like I learned a lot about this case. But anyways, this was a lot of fun. And I hope you guys enjoyed this deep dive as well. If you learned something new about this case, make sure to like and subscribe, and leave a comment if I missed anything. Alright, that was all for now. Bye bye, Vanillabeans.